it's Darby from rejoiceandcreate.com, and today I'd like to show you this cute little box. And I actually made this box with a little bit of a twist. I only used my ruler, my pencil, a pair of scissors, some adhesive, and a 6x6 piece of paper, because I wanted to show you can make some of these things with just minimal supplies. And if you have just a few things, you can still make a cute little treat box. This one happens to have a Reese's peanut butter egg, and yes, I did find them. They are out there already, even though Easter doesn't come until April. But it will fit into this one, as will some of these tiny conversation hearts. Now, because I realize we haven't even passed Valentine's Day yet, I actually did make a Valentine's Day sample, and this one does have these conversation hearts in it. And because it is a Valentine's favor, I just put a heart on the front of it, and I glue dotted that corner down just to hold it long enough until people get the goodies out and enjoy the goodies. On this one, I also put a little to and from, which is a half of a modern label tag on there as well. You need a 6x6 piece of paper, and then you need scissors, a ruler, and a pencil. So let me show you how I did it. All right, because the back of this paper is white, it was kind of being lost in the white grid paper. So I'm going to go ahead and put a piece of blue paper behind it just so you can see the dimensions of the paper. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is to take my ruler, and I'm going to line up the 0-inch mark right at that top one corner of the square. Now, I'm not going to put it right on the corner, right on that 90-degree angle. I'm just going to slightly offset it, because when I mark with my pencil, the pencil does have some width. And if I was right on that 90-degree angle, it would actually push my mark over just a wee bit. Probably not enough to make much of a difference, but I'm going to move it over just a fraction anyway, less than 1/16 of an inch. And I'm going to line my bottom one also up the same way, just off of that 90-degree angle. So the first thing I'm going to do is mark at 1 inch on this side, and then I'm going to mark it at 1 inch on this side as well. So I'm going to line the 9-inch right there so I know where I'm at, and I'll just mark down 1 inch to the 8-inch. So I'm just marking 1 inch in from each corner. Okay, now let me turn it the other way, and on the other diagonals I'm going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to mark down 3.5 inches. So let's see, is my 0 mark is right up on that corner. I'm just off on this corner. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.5 inches and make a dot. Same for this side. Let me put my 9-inch back on there so I have a solid 1 inch to start from. So let me go from the 9. So 1, 2, 3.5 on this side. Okay, so I have my square piece of paper with 4 dots on it. So let me go ahead and take it this way first, and these are my 1-inch dots. And I'm going to move this corner over to the opposite dot. I'm putting that corner right on that dot, because then I know I'm right on the diagonal. Okay. Here I pulled out another piece of equipment, but really you have fingernails. You can use those as well if you don't have a bone folder. Although if you're doing a lot of paper crafts, a bone folder is a pretty useful tool to have. So let me go ahead and get my fingernails on that one. All right. Now turn it to the other way and do the exact same thing. Move this corner to the opposite dot. And this one as well, this corner to the opposite dot. All right, so what we have right now is we have 2 scores this way, 2 scores this way. We have 2 narrow sections that are on the corners, and then we have 2 wide sections that are on the corners. So what we're going to do is to make some tabs out of these. Now you don't have to. If you want to do this, if you want to fold it over like this and move this score line to this score line without cutting, just go ahead and do like this. You can do it that way and just glue it here and glue it there. and that will give you your corner. But I like tabs, so I'm going to go ahead and make some tabs. And how we're going to do that is we're going to cut down on the big side of the score line. Oops, I'm a little off on that one. Here we go. So we have the big corner. We're going to cut down to that first score line, and we're going to cut parallel to this score line. So I'm going to cut parallel here, and then we're just going to make ourselves a little notch, and this is going to be our tab. All right, so let me do that to the rest of them. Okay, so now what we're going to do is glue our box together. So because this is paper, I'm just going to use some Tombow permanent adhesive. You can use some wet glue as well, that works very well, or some other strong adhesive like Tombow Extreme. So just on all those 4 tabs, go ahead and put some adhesive and then just match those score lines up to the sides of the front. All right, so this is what we have, and I'm going to take this blue paper away because now you can see it against the white background. And it is 3.5 inches by 1 inch, and this part right here is 2 inches tall. So what I would do now, let me bring this one back in, is curl the front and the back a little bit on the tabs. Now if you don't have a bone folder, all you need is the ruler. You can do the same thing with a ruler or a pencil. Okay, and one thing I would also do is I would just squeeze this right here, this corner to this corner, just to make a little pleat in that top, and that can help you kind of close it together. Okay, so all right, we've got that. Now decide which side you want to be your front. So now what we're going to do is to put in our tree, and I'm going to use another box of conversation hearts and then tuck that right in. And that fits lengthwise just very nice and snug. And go ahead and curve this, curve the front part back and then curve the back part forward. Now if you're just doing this for, say, a classroom treat or something, just go ahead, you can glue dot that corner down and then you can put your embellishment on it. In this video, I'll show you how I did this little closure right there. So go ahead and pull this one over and then this one, and I'll see right where I want to put my 1/4 of an inch circle. All right, so let me put that right in the center. Right there. And if it's not perfect, that's okay too. All right, so for part of my embellishment on this one, I actually punched a leaf punch, and this happened to be a triple leaf punch from Stampin' Up! And I had a scrap of that green left over, so I'm going to go ahead and punch my little latch circle out of that. Okay, let me go roll that down so you can see what I'm doing. Now what you want to do is to cut a little piece of a double-sided foam adhesive that is smaller than that 1/4 inch circle. Now we'll go ahead and put that on the back of this one. And I'm going to go ahead and undo that. Then I'm going to take this front flap and curl it back, and this back flap and curl it forward. And right where that circle is, I'm going to put my dot closure. And stick that in there. And that's what will hold it. And when they need to open, they just pull it down and pull the hole over the dot. And then close it back up and do it the same way. Okay. Now to make my little handle, I just took a half of a chenille stick. So this is a chenille stick the way they come. And I folded it in half. And I cut it using my small jewelry wire snips. Do not use your good scissors for this. It will ruin them and give them a little hitch, a little nick in there, which will catch. And then what I did is I just kind of curved it a little bit. And I just put each end, I put it into the holes that I am going to create. And if you don't have an 1/8 of an inch punch, you can just stick the end through with a needle or your piercing tool. And I just put this through and folded up the end. And same with the other one, just put that through and folded up the end. You could also use some twine or some ribbon to create a handle as well. All right, and now just to finish it off, I'm going to put the leaf, my triple leaf punch there, and I'm going to use one of these paper flower embellishments that I got on sale at Hobby Lobby last fall. I think I used the blue one that matches it. Well, the dark is pretty, the light is pretty. I think I'll go for the light one. Oops. Put that one up there. I'm going to put the circle right over it. As I said, because these glue dots may be a little bit older, they might not hold. Alright, I'll let that glue for just a minute. But isn't that very sweet? And I went ahead and just punched a little oval for my tag, and I put a to and from on there, and I'm just going to put it right over here on the end. Alright, I'm just going to twist my loose end of the chenille stick over, and there we go. A very sweet little treat box without any special tools. And here's the other one, and let me bring my Valentine's one back in. So with just a ruler, a pencil, and a pair of scissors, you can create a cute little treat box and a few little embellishments, depending on what you want to put on. So I hope you enjoyed this quick and simple little project. If you liked the video, please subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to be notified of new videos as I post them. For more information on this project or others I have done, please go to rejoiceandcreate.com. And as always, until we meet again, I hope your days are blessed. Bye!